the IBC. It's a fine building, yes, no more or less so than usual. Is this not your first time here, Sin? Well, of course not. Naturally, even Heyu has an account with the IBC. It just so happens that I recently opened one myself for stock trading purposes. I'm hoping to receive some hefty dividends in the near future. I wish I was this smart when I was a child. Or now, even. Come to think of it, weren't you doing something like that while you were a student, Elie? Well, yes, I did dabble in equities a bit, but only for future reference, really. So you're no stranger to shareholding either, Elie. I never would have guessed. That reminds me, I recently came across an interesting investment opportunity. Not many people have taken notice of it yet, and its prospects are quite promising. But of course, there are always other options in the market that I could recommend if you'd like. Other options? Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. I feel like a fourth wheel. My apologies, Elie. Forget I said any of that. I simply got carried away after learning the two of us shared something in common. You don't need to apologize. I just wasn't expecting it, that's all. Oh, Elie, you truly are a goddess. In any case, the IBC is hardly anything special to me, so there's no need for us to head inside. Let's move on to the next location. Sure thing. Okay. I want to go to the downtown district. But not, but then I'll circle back to the harbor. Actually, on the off, no, it should let me. It should let me. This is East Street. So this is East Street. This is the first real chance I've had to take it all in. You must feel quite at home here. Does it remind you of Calvard? In a sense, I suppose. But unfortunately, this is nowhere near as lively as the Eastern Quarter. Speaking of, I'd love the opportunity to show you around the Republic someday, my darling Elie. By which I mean, you're more than welcome to come home with me. Well, that's quite the offer. Straight to the point, you've got to respect the hustle. I am so happy I found this hidden quest. This quest is everything. He doesn't have dialogue when I talk to people, does he? No. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is the Crossbell branch of the Bracer Guild. Why are you hiding, Sin? Shut up, it's none of your business. My, oh my, what are you doing with that cute little boy there? Don't just stand there blocking the entrance, come on over. I wanted to introduce him to Kia and Shizuku who are here. This is unexpected. Okay. So who's this rascal? Is he lost? Should we help him track down his parents? Not quite. Hey you, receptionist, is the divine blade of wind here right now? Well, someone has a mouth on him. Sorry, Dumpling, but Arios is out at the moment. Oh, good. Good. What's with the relief? Your speech, behavior, and get-up point to one thing. I get it, you're connected with Heyu, the grandson of an elder, no less. How do you know that? I don't, silly. You were the one that just told me. But don't think that makes me a deceiver. Every reach of fabulosity you see in front of you is 100% genuine. Understood? Why does he look and act like this? What a strange person. You're just jealous that he's more awesome than you are. Are all people from the Bracer Guild this way? Probably, actually. Probably. Well, aren't you a rude little scamp? I'm sure you'll make a fine member of the mighty Heyu. And only get worse with time at that. Without a doubt. That aside, why the wariness about Arios? It's not like we hold a grudge against Heiyu or anything. So you say. Your people have meddled in the Elder's affairs on countless occasions. The Divine Blade of Wind and the Immovable have been nothing but problems for us. Who is the Immovable? The Immovable? Ah, he means Zin the Immovable. Who the heck is that? An A-rank bracer from Calvard, as well as a master of the Taito School of Martial Arts. The Taito School of Martial Arts, is that what, I don't remember what her name was. The girl from the last game studied? Kilika, yes. Is that what she studied? It is? Oh, yay. Yay me. My memory is not failing today. We don't see him often anymore, but he's helped this branch many times in the past. If I remember correctly, isn't Lynn also a Taito practitioner? Right. Yeah, she's the one who was meeting Kilika in the restaurant in this district, I think. She sure is. Zin's one of her predecessors in the school, so it goes without saying that he's incredibly strong. You'd have to be to make it as a bracer. That may be, but the real issue with your guild is the code you stand by. Call it your guiding principles if you want, but that doesn't give you the right to do whatever you please in the name of civilian safety. By the same token, though, our code balances itself out. There are some things even we can't touch due to our non-interference policy. But hold the phone, little man. How do you know so much about that at your age? Seriously, I'm impressed, Sin. Flattery will get you nowhere anywhere you brocers are. Alright, I think that's enough griping about the guild. You're still just a kid, after all. Speaking of kids, Kia and Shizuku are hanging out upstairs. You should go say hi to them. That's right, it almost slipped my mind that they were here. Why don't we introduce Sin to them? Okay, Elie. Let's unpack this statement you've made. You've seen how Sin interacts with you. His adoration of you and your physical form. And you are already a helicopter parent. And you think it's a good idea to introduce him to the small child? The most precious bundle? What kind of parent are you? What? Who are you talking about? Or are you just trying to make him fall in love with Kia instead of you? Oh, you guys are back. How's it going? Are you in the middle of work right now? I guess you could say that, yeah. Why are you speaking to these children? Do you know them? Huh? Who's that? He sounds like a little boy. Who's a little? I am Sin, the man slated to bear the burden of Heiyu's future as an elder's grandson. I apologize. Wow, you're so tiny, but you act as grown up as Lloyd and them. You're a lot more of a big shot than your size lets on, huh? Stop it. Stop calling me small. Not even the distinguished legacy of Heiyu is a match for Kia. Oh, let me introduce you, Sin. These two are Kia and Shizuku. I think they're just a bit older than you. And did we mention that Shizuku is Arios' daughter? That's the Divine Blade of Wind. I bet you're a swordsman too, aren't you? Your eyes have been closed this entire time. You must be using that insight technique. Insight? How do you know about insight? No, of course not. Actually, I'm unable to see. My hearing is better than most because of it, but I'm not nearly as amazing as my father. I'm terribly sorry. At least he knows how to apologize. Good for him. Also, wouldn't it be swordswoman, not swordsman? He's a little sexist. We'll let that one slide. At least he apologized. That was ungentlemanly of me. Please forgive me for my insolence. It's all right. Wow. It seems he can be a good little boy when he wants to. You're a very nice boy, Sin. I have no earthly idea what you could possibly mean by that. You're speaking to the man who shoulders the burden of Heiyu's future. Okay. I don't really understand your circumstances, but I still think you're a nice boy, Sin. Then she should think again. I'm not the good little child she insists I am. What is this quest? You said your name was Sin, right? You're not from around here, huh? How much longer are you going to be in Crossbell? I'll be here for about 2 more days, if you must know. Cool. Does that mean you're going to check out the tower unveiling tomorrow? We're planning to watch it from the roof of time, so you can join us if you want. Are you sure? Yeah, why not? Ryu, Henri, and the other kids are coming too. It'll be all sorts of fun. You don't say. Well, if you're going to be that persistent, I've no choice but to take you up on your offer. The unveiling is tomorrow at 11 a.m., correct? Yep, we'll see you there. He looks pretty happy right now. Perhaps he doesn't have many opportunities to play with other children his age. Remember, Sin, the roof of time's at 11 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be waiting for you. Yeah, sure. See you then. Interesting. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. Because it seems like if I hadn't interacted with the Heiyu door, one, I wouldn't have met Sin, so I wouldn't have had this interaction at all. But if I hadn't introduced him to Kia, then he wouldn't have been invited to the rooftop with us tomorrow. There's the Imperial Fishing Club. Well, either way, it's somewhere for fishing enthusiasts to gather, isn't it? Their ilk exists in Crossbell too, I see. You mean these clubs... You mean there's clubs like this in Calvard as well? Yes, there are. Incidentally, my grandfather is also obsessed with fishing. I, for one, don't see what all the excitement is about. If you want to catch fish, just use a net. It's clearly the most effective method. Brave words for someone right in front of the lion's den. I have no interest in this gathering place of layabouts. Let's move on. Interesting. Hey there, little guy. You want a pinwheel? See, it spins when you blow on it. Pretty fun, huh? Are you talking to me? Those are a mere 12 in the East. Only a toddler would find one entertaining. What? This child. Do you want to play? You don't play with me anymore. Roy. Hurry up and find a job so we can have fun again. If only life were that easy. Can I introduce him to the old couple? And what is this place? This one belongs to the chairman of the Crossbell Business Owners Association. He's a good friend of ours, in fact. Is he now? I suppose even Sao and the others would pay their respects to a man in his position. It may be wise for me to greet him. Oh. We're actually gonna go meet him. Okay. Hi. Well, if it isn't Lloyd in the SSS. I don't believe I recognize the boy in the Eastern attire there. And here I thought I knew everyone from East Street. You're the chairman of the Business Owners Association, correct? I am Sin, the man burdened with carrying the future of Heiyu upon his shoulders. Heiyu, you say? They're that trading company from the Eastern Quarter. I need to introduce this child to Jingo. I have just thought of that interaction and I need it. Heiyu, you say? They're the trading company from the Eastern Quarter that recently expanded into Crossbell. Judging by your words, could it be that you're related to their Council of Elders? Indeed, I am. My grandfather is one of them. Do you know the elders, Mr. Morse? Oh, no, not personally. I'm merely engaged in a few small exchanges with them back in my merchant days. But it makes sense that you're so sharp considering you're an elder's grandson. Might I ask what your business is with Lloyd and his team? Well, one thing led to another. These citizens were dying to show me the sights of their beloved Crossbell. Is that how that went? Is it? That being the case, who was I to deny them their simple wish? This kid is pure ego. It sounds like there's more to that, but the important thing is you all seem to be getting along well. Sin, was it? It would please me greatly if you were to take a liking to Crossbell, young man. I'm not ashamed to admit that I've been mildly enjoying it now, if you'll excuse us. What about her? Do you have anything to say to her? Mai, what do we have here? I see you've brought yet another adorable child with you today. Please excuse our unannounced intrusion, ma'am. Well, aren't you well-mannered? Don't you worry about that one bit. Would you care for some tea? That's quite all right. I wouldn't want to overstay my welcome. His social etiquette is excellent. I don't even know how to respond. He knows how to play the part. Interesting. Okay, let's go in here. Long Lao. So they even have Eastern-style eateries on East Street, do they? Would you like to stop here for a break? A fine idea. I was just starting to get hungry, in fact. I'd like to see exactly what kind of food is served here. So, was Long Lao to your liking? I'm dying to hear your opinion, seeing as you've had authentic Eastern cooking. What is the beating of this? Dishes like this, at these prices, is the owner out of his mind. Lower your voice, Sin, if they hear you complaining. Wait, let him finish. For example, this Mapo tofu is better than anything I've had from the 3-star restaurants in the Eastern Quarter. Something this exquisite should be thrice as expensive, so why isn't it? Ah, so that's what's got you all riled up. I don't believe this. How long has a restaurant of this quality been hiding in Crossbell? Well, either way, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Shan-Chan. Oh, you're that cutie from before. Come again, okay? We'll be waiting for you. Okay. Can I introduce you to the chef? I heard you chatting about my food, little one. Well, how was it? Don't call me little, but yes, the meal itself is delicious. Though it's far too cheaply priced for the quality, you should consider raising... You have quite the business acumen for someone so young. But consider the following. Long Lao's food is for our customers, not profit. I have no intention of driving away the common man. It is for that reason that I will never change my prices. Oh, my apologies for not considering that. He fell into line pretty fast there. Master has a penchant for Eastern martial arts. He said he used to drive out all the ruffians himself when he worked in the Eastern Quarter. Okay, interesting. In other words, that death glare he uses whenever guys gawk at Shan-Chan isn't just for show. I would want to see that. Man, it's a shame that Wald wasn't home. Oh, I can introduce him to Reese. Now we can see if Risha's home. Just what is this place? It's so dreary. This is the downtown district. Sadly, it was left behind during the city's redevelopment years ago. Is that so? I suppose every nation has these sorts of places. I've seen enough. Bring me back to East Street. Post haste? Yeah, okay. Aw, I can't introduce him to... Lame. Okay, we're not going to Central Square yet, so let's go back to the Harbor District. This road. Yeah. I want to introduce him to Grace, if possible. So this is where the Crossbell Times is produced. I did hear something about their main office being located in the Harbor District as well. Did you say something? Nothing of importance. If I'm being honest, I don't particularly care for journalists, especially those that snoop around our business. However, I will acknowledge that they have a respectable finance section. It's rather popular among Republican tycoons. What do you even say to that? He continues to be remarkably worldly for a boy his age. Okay, so I can't go in. Okay, this way then. Is this the way to East Street? Well, no. That's what I thought. I believe I was clear about what route we were taking. Or do you just not know your directions? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you would want to see more things. Sniff, sniff. What smells so good? I guess it's a good thing that they limit you to what areas you can go to. Otherwise, this would go on forever. Hey there, little guy. That's the sweet scent of my noodles wafting into your nostrils. Is that so? Impressive for a second-rate food vendor. Oh. Did you just call my noodles second-rate? Scram! I won't serve a single strand to chuckleheads who can't appreciate true flavor. What is this man's problem? Did I say something wrong, Elie? Oh, Sin. You might be a smart kid in some respects, but you're awfully naive if you think you can get away with a comment like that. There's a chest there? How am I supposed to get that? What the heck? Where's your granddaughter? Darn it. Amisa told me to quit my complaining. Better knock it off before she gets back. Okay, well, I guess we'll just finish talking to people in East Street, and then we'll take him to where he wants to be.